Alright, we're going to be using pen and brush and ink. And yes, this is the kind of pen that like your great-grandfather kind of used to use. This is a modern version of it. This is not the exact same thing that he used to use, but this is kind of the old-timey pen. Sometimes you see them with feathers on the end of them, but that's not quite the same thing. So this is pen and ink, and of course this is a brush, which you're familiar with. So I want to show you a little bit about this first. There's a little hole in it right here, and that hole is called the reservoir. You probably can't see it, but there's a line, a channel that goes from that hole to the tip of the pen. When you dip the ink, the pen in the ink, you dip it in there all the way up to that hole, and you'll notice that that hole holds some ink in it. Okay? Now, once the hole has some ink in it, it by gravity starts rolling down to the end of the pen, and when it touches the paper, it writes. You can see it's kind of cup shaped. That side goes down. So when you write with it, it's like this. Not like this, but like this. Okay? A lot of times students will try and write with it like this, and it will write, but that's not the proper way to use it. Okay? You also don't want to press down too hard. You don't want that channel to split open. Let me also show you this brush. You're familiar with the brush, but I want to show you a little trick. With the brush, you can push down, and so if you have the right brush, it should have a nice little point. And if you use the point, you can get very skinny strokes. But if you press down, you can get fatter strokes. So, skinny, fatter. And you can use that to your advantage. The more you practice with it, the better you'll get. Alright? Alright, we are continuing with practicing, but this time I am shaking it up a little bit and using pen and ink, as I demonstrated at the beginning of the video, how the pen and the ink works. And I'm doing this for a couple of reasons. One, it's a little bit novel, and so it makes drawing a little bit more interesting. And another reason why I'm doing it is because the end result of the project that I'm working on is supposed to have a lot of variety of material in it. It's a collage, a mixed media collage, and so all the drawings that I'm doing right now with brush and with pen and ink may be used in the final project that I'm going to do. So I'm encourage you to watch the next videos and see what that project turns out looking like. For the project, I've picked out one object to draw over and over and over again in different ways, and then I'm going to collage those together. So I have essentially created a project for me to aim for, a goal that requires me to do lots of drawings. Yesterday I did 10 drawings of the padlock with a ballpoint pen, and today I've done 10 or 11 drawings with a pen and ink and a brush and ink. And you'll notice that there are a lot of mess ups. These drawings are not meant to be perfect, but have a little bit of feeling to them, a little bit of energy maybe. And so the mistakes are, as Bob Ross would say, happy accidents. They create a better feel for a drawing than just complete, straight, no mistake kind of drawing. So don't worry about it if you spill some ink, if you drop some ink or drip some ink, or if it smears or any of that kind of thing. That kind of adds to it. So that's a lot of fun. And another thing to consider is that if I wanted a perfect drawing, well, this is not the tool that I would want to use. This tool has long since been replaced by more precision tools, more precision pens. And so I'm not using this for its precision, I'm using this for its characteristics. And so keep that in mind as you're doing yours. Don't try and hide the fact that you are using pen and ink. Don't try and make it perfect. Aim for perfection in a sense, but don't stress out about imperfect lines or smudges or any of that sort of thing. Don't stress out about it. Just let it be what it is. Que sera, sera. So yesterday when I was working in ballpoint pen, I was able to really kind of concentrate on the concentrate on the drawing itself and do the best that I could to make a really good drawing. And that was very helpful for today because I didn't have to concentrate as much on making a perfect drawing. And using the pen and ink, well, is not as easy as using the ballpoint pen. And so I felt like I was kind of rushed with the pen. I was afraid that if I stayed in one place too long, it would bleed too much. And that's okay if it did bleed, but I didn't want it to do it unnecessarily. So you can see a kind of a fat spot right there on the edge of the first padlock that I drew on the left. But those are okay. But I also felt, like I said, a little bit rushed to not stay in one spot too much. And so because of that, I don't think that my drawings are as accurate or as realistic in this particular situation. But that's okay. That's part of the experience. It's part of the project, and it'll make the collage, I think, that much better in the end when I'm done. So there they are, about 10 or 11 drawings. Took me about 37 minutes to do, and one class period. And so if I can do 10 in that amount of time, you can definitely do 5 in the next 45 minutes or so. Thanks. Go make some art. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Bye.